All right. I just finished making tamales. Check it out. This is this is it's like a tortilla, but like a puffy tortilla, and it's softer than a tortilla, and it's got mole filling. So mole is like a mixture of spices that I blended together and put a little bit of black beans on top. And wrapped it in these leaves. I think these are like corn leaves, corn husks. And it was my first time making it on my own. Last time I learned how to make this was with my mom in Florida. And when she did it, it was like, it looked super complicated, but she made it look easy. And then I just tried it, and I had to stay calm, patient, because usually like if something doesn't come out right, or like, for example, I made the mole and it came out too watery, and I had to reduce it, right, because it was too watery. But anyway, I'll make a video about this. So that's what I'm going to be eating right now as I tell you a story about the time I almost lost my virginity. Wow. If you don't like spicy food, like I use chile, and I just wish I had a bit more mole because it's a little dry, but I didn't want to put too much, but I guess I should have put more. Anyway, so yeah, when I almost lost my virginity, and so there was this girl I met. First time I saw her, I thought she was fine. And I remember trying to I was this was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I told myself, you know what? I'm not gonna pay attention to women. I'm just gonna ignore them. I'm gonna just focus on learning how to work on bikes, get fit, lose fat, and focus on that and YouTube. And so I tried that. Anyway, so I met this girl, and I was like, ignore her. But the thing is too was she was pretty funny. She cracked a joke, and I laughed out loud. It was funny, and I got to know her more, and I just so back then when I was introduced to her, I didn't really shower much, didn't do my laundry that much. So I smelled, and my attitude wasn't as good as it is now. I was a bit more shy, a little angry with myself, just because I was like I thought I was I was failure for being fat and things like that. Anyways, and so next thing you know, she seemed super cool. She was like, "Hey, let's go ride bikes." So I was like, "She's cute," and yeah, we're gonna ride bikes. She said she was gonna invite more people, so I was like, so nothing can happen between us. So why not? Wow. And next thing you know, she's like, "Hey, let's make it happen. Let's go for a ride this weekend." And we went, and it was just us two. So I was like, "Oh shoot!" So I was spending time with this girl, and I didn't think of it as a date. I was mainly focusing on riding my bike and making sure I found us a route, and I took us there, and she followed. So we didn't talk much because we were focused on riding, but we did stop and chat a bit sometimes. And we were in the woods, and she smoked a joint. If you don't know what a joint is, it's a marijuana. And I was like, back then, even now, I was just like, I don't do drugs anymore. So she knew that, and so she didn't offer it. Anyways, So then we went on the ride, and it was getting late, and we went to her place so I could drop her off. Or yeah, and then she was like, "You want to come with me to do some grocery shopping?" And we went on our bikes to do grocery shopping. And so, I waited for her. She got her groceries, and I was like, "Hey, I need to use the bathroom." And I was like, thinking of using like the grocery store bathroom because we were there. But then I was like, "Hey, you know what? Do you mind if I use your bathroom?" So we went back to her. I think she kind of knew what was up. Uh, and we went back to her place, and I used her bathroom. But next thing you know, we started chilling because she knew I was about to leave and go home. And next thing you know, she puts on some music, and she was like, "You want to smoke?" And and I was very nervous. I was like, man, I was like, I feel, Anyway, so yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll take a hit. So I started smoking some weed. Next thing you know, I'm dancing, and she's sitting down on this chair that she has in her. We went back to her place, and she has this chair. She was just sitting there, just texting while I'm over here dancing, and I was like, what's this? So then I pulled her. Oh, I told her, hey, dance with me, and so she gets up, and she starts grinding on me. Like I was like, whoa. I was like, what is this? Um, and we just went for a bike ride. I hadn't showered, so I was probably smelly a bit. But she was dancing, and next thing you know, she's like really close to me, and we're just kind of looking at each other, and then I just go in for the kiss, and oh, just thinking about it. Anyway, so then uh, she pulls back, and she was like, I never thought you thought of me that way. I was like, I told her, I was honest. I was like, the first time I saw you, I was attracted to you. And then she's like, why didn't you ever ask me out? And because I didn't know what the heck to say at that point. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just said that. But, I knew it was because I wanted to avoid dating or being with women or whatever. Because I just didn't want to do that. And Nick, the opportunity was there. And next thing you know, she was like, she was grinding on me too. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get it. I didn't get it up. I couldn't get it up, right? Uh, I was like, why am I not getting it up? I got this beautiful woman grinding on me. Mate, we're making out. Why am I not getting it up? And mind you, I was also under altered mind state, on marijuana, so I was high. And she was like, hey, why don't you go take a shower? And so I was like, why did you tell me to go take a shower? I was like, that's weird. Maybe is it because I smell? I think that's what I was thinking. And then next thing you know, she goes she goes away, and I'm there alone in her bedroom. And I was like, why couldn't I get it up? So then I started undressing myself. I literally just took off all my clothes. She comes back, and she was like, no, go take a shower first. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this isn't what you wanted, was it? And I was like, and she was like, she was like, don't worry, you're not breaking any boundaries. And I was like, there, just sitting naked. And so then I went into the bathroom, started taking a shower, and I just remember like, I was like just in there, just kind of contemplating and like, tripping out. I was like, if I leave the shower, is she gonna try to chop me up? Cause like it got quiet, and I was like, I didn't really know this girl. And next thing you know, I started singing her name. She told me later, you were singing my name. I was like, oh. Anyways, and then I'm like ready to get out, and I'm like, hey, so I'm ready to get out of here. And then I was in the shower, and she was like, I just took your clothes and washed it. Because I was like, I'm ready to go home. I haven't texted my sister where I am yet, and I had like this. I was studying Korean, and I was like, I told her, and I was like, I haven't even told. I had a lesson with my tutor, and I'm like, so I had these things, and I haven't texted anyone, and she was like, I just took your clothes, and I was like, wait, I was like, what, why? And anyway, so then she gives me like her own clothes, like, you know, this her clothes, and I was like wearing these pajamas and this sweater, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here, you know. My phone was dead, and next thing you know, as I leave, she was like doing laundry, and she was like, she wasn't looking at me, but she asked me if I was leaving because it's her, because of her. I was like, no, you know. Anyways, as I leave, she gives me a kiss, and then I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I went home, I rode my bike home. It was late. Next thing you know, my sister, I remember I found her along the road, and she was crying because she thought something happened to me. So you know, that was stupid of me not to like not to like text her where I was, because so she worried. Even my tutor worried. She was like, "Oh, you know what happened?" I was like, you know, it was funny. Anyways, and so then next thing you know, the girl asked me to come over again, and I was like, when she asked me to come over, I knew, like I knew I was, even though she didn't say, I was like, she wants to fuck. And then so then you know, I went to her place, and you know, she said take a shower, so I took a shower. Next thing you know, she gives me this like, just a single like this shirt, like an open shirt, kind of like very exotic, foreignish, and you know, but no pants though. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, you know, kind of like, what's going on here? Anyways, I go to her bed. She brings me some food too, and then she's like, she was gonna go take a shower, and I'm just there in bed. I'm like, fuck, you know. I was like, I feel like I should be getting a hard on right now, just because I know what's about to happen. And so she comes back, and she's wearing like, you know, this. She was wearing this, what do you call it, lingerie or something. She was looking good. She crawls into bed, you know, and then I just immediately just go after her, and we start making out. Things got getting very sexual. I went down on her, you know, and I was like, but I just couldn't get it up. And I was like, when it wasn't going up, I was like, I should be getting it up right now. And then she, you know, then I was thinking in my head, I'm like, fuck, am I gay or something? And and then I even held her hand, because you know, we stopped because I was like, I'm not getting it up. And then I just held her hand, and I was like, I love your hands. And she was like, they're man hands. I was like, what? I was like, fuck. I was like, is that why I'm attracted to her? Because she's got manly features? It was the funniest shit. I don't think it was high though. I did take like a shot of some sort of alcohol that she gave me. But it was just the craziest experience. We ended up going to sleep. You know, I couldn't get it up. And the next day, you know, she wakes up, and you know, things could have been worse. She could have called some guy over and been like, you know, Henry can't give it to me, so I'm gonna call this guy who can, which has happened to me before. I think a long time ago. This girl, I came over. I told her I had some weed, even though I didn't, and she told me to sleep on the couch. Next thing you know, I'm trying to sleep, and this guy walks in and goes straight to her bedroom, and then, you know, I just remember that was traumatic. And I had to go to work in that morning, so I was spending the night at her house while she was with some dude. But anyway, so the girl was chill. She was cool. But then after that, things got very complicated, which I'm not gonna get into. I just wanted to share that story where I almost lost my virginity, and you know, life. That's just how it is. I've learned. I mean, when that happened, I got pretty depressed. But I think even now, you know, looking back at it, I'm just like, grateful. You know, I wasn't a good looking person, or I didn't think I was that good looking. I smelled, and I, you know, but she was into me, probably because I rode bikes and was a pretty nice guy, and that's it. That's the story. I don't want to keep on too long. I'm gonna finish this tamale. Let me know what you thought of the story. You know, it's very personal. I try not to get it too explicit or anything. You know, I'm not really in communication with the girl. Sometimes I'll send her a message or something. But yeah, that was just my story. Thanks.